What is the measure of a full life? Is it seizing the day? Appreciating the little things? Family, joy, love, no regrets. At Ryman, we believe a full life is one that gets richer with age, with communities that challenge the expectations of aging and bring joy and meaning to every moment.
Wherever I am in the world, there's a Henselite bowl for you. On all surfaces, all conditions, the grip, the comfort in the hand, fantastic bowl to play with.
Good morning and welcome to the Bowls New Zealand coverage of the Bowls Wellington Champion of Champions finals weekend. We've seen 4 games now on the stream, so this is our 5th, and we're delighted to be bringing you coverage of the men's singles final between Rod Mead from the Hutt Bowling Club and Jordan Keane from Stokes Valley Jordan, who we've already seen on the broadcast. My name is Alex Reid, and I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by Sue Way and Steve Baker. Welcome to the commentary, both team, and we'll hear from you both a little bit later. We'll just watch this bowl. That was Rod Mead with the black bowls. Now, Steve, I have it on good authority that you're a newly crowned centre champion.
Yes, I am indeed. How's that?
Good.
Great. Very exciting day yesterday.
And to make it even better, the whole team, it was their first centre title, so that was absolutely outstanding.
So here we see Jordan Keane's bowls with the orange.
Jordan's been playing outstanding bowls all weekend and actually all season, and he's one of our secondary school bowlers that has been part of our Bowls Wellington program with secondary school kids.
It's great to see the younger bowlers coming through, isn't it?
It certainly is. The last round there were 4 secondary school bowlers out there.
It always makes me feel like the sport is sort of chugging along nicely when you see new faces, and it can be younger faces or less young faces, right? It's about having the newer bowlers through. So your triples won, Steve, with the three people with their first centre titles. Nice to see.
Yeah, no, it was a great event. I really loved the tension of finals bowls. And as I said earlier, I think it's the first time I've actually literally screamed at a bowl, which was the last bowl on the last end.
Obviously it did what you wanted it to do.
Well, playing Lowell Bay, they're really, really good bowlers, and we were down to the 9th end, it was 6-all. The 18th or 17th end, 1 to go, it was 13-12 to them. And Jason, we obviously had the right man for the job, killed the end.
Oh, cool. That's good. And required. So what does it feel like when the dust had settled after the final end and you realised that you were a centre champion in your 4th year of bowls?
I'm still trying to get my head around it. It's a little bit surreal. So there's lots of man hugs going on.
There was a fair few smiles.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was really, really fantastic. And Jason's dad, Davey, was in tears. That's how much it meant to him.
Oh.
It was just awesome, the whole emotion of the thing, which is what I love about bowls and the people. They're just fantastic. This is a great shot, isn't it? The young and the old. Yeah.
Right here, yes. His first bowl was played in 1984, which I would suggest is before Jordan was standing.
Probably. Yeah.
Or on the earth. And Jordan started playing outdoor on 2 or 3 years ago, 2021-22 season.
He's played indoor bowls with his dad, I believe.
Yeah, very good indoor bowler, Jordan King. Has a number of indoor centre titles, but won his first outdoor one yesterday in the mixed pairs, I think, or senior one. Imagine saying something without actually reading what's in front of you. Yeah, it was. It was his first centre mixed pairs title.
Another good bowl coming in here.
Yeah, nicely done.
Look at this.
Beautiful bowls.
Steady, isn't it?
Certainly is.
It's been a great weekend of bowls and seeing so many different clubs coming in, supporting their players. The colours on the green, yeah, just fantastic. It's a sort of a really nice way to end the season with everybody coming together and enjoying the game.
I like the idea of that finals weekend. I was saying in the first match, often if you have a situation where the events played out by themselves, the only people left at the end of the event are the two teams and the umpire.
Exactly.
You have a finals weekend, it's great because you get that chance to have players come down to watch. And clubs get some support. 3 great bowls here from Jordan
Jordan's
King.
put another good one in. Look at that.
So Rod defeated another experienced campaigner and John Zeno in the semi-final.
He's been around for a while.
I think John's actually playing out there.
He's marking, I think, down there.
Marking, yeah. Close here.
Oh, look at this.
Little feather. Oh, good shot there. What a bowl.
I was just about to say before he played it, but I didn't want to do the commentator's curse. I've heard about the commentator's curse all weekend. But, that's the sort of bowl that Rod is able to play.
Lovely. Nicely weighted, wasn't it? Because it was able just to use the shot bowl and go on to the jack.
Tricky shot there for Jordan now.
His problem is his bowls are quite removed from the shot bowl, so you couldn't even play. Like, you might look at a cannon to try and cannon one of the orange bowls onto the shot bowl, but you're asking a lot out of it at that distance.
Well, and if he hits it wrong, he's going to split his 2 bowls
drop
and
a
end
4.
up going down 3 or 4. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides to play, because there's several shots on there. Quite a few members of the Hut Club here are supporting Rod, which is great to see.
Taking his time here.
Playing on the backhand by the look.
Yeah, so maybe just... Oh,
Yeah, he's running at it.
I think he was playing that shot that we said would be dangerous.
Split the 2.
Looking to try and cannon one of the front oranges onto the shot bowl. Not sold on that, but doesn't matter because he missed, and it's going to be at least levelling it right here with his opportunity to add a second shot.
Yeah, draw another one in.
He looks like it, but might be a little bit wide.
They're older bowls, they might
Yeah.
do that thing where they turn a lot.
Oh, it is. You're right.
So more the
Up the back.
the weight than the green. That came right back onto the centre line.
Wonder what year the stamp is on those bowls.
Oh, I reckon it's a 90s bowl. If he started playing in 84, I think he probably went through 1 or 2 sets and then found a set to stick with.
It's stuck with them, you think?
Yeah. One there, so one apiece it is. Now, Steve, we've seen Fox Plan signage all over the place, and you've got the naming rights to this Fox Plan Bowls Wellington Champion of Champions weekend. For those who are uninitiated or unaware, can you give me a rundown? What is Fox Plan? What do you guys do?
So we're a financial planning company. What does financial planning mean? Well, it's really about, we work with our clients in 3 key areas, which is clarity, insight and partnership. Clarity of what's actually important to them in terms of their vision, why they're jumping out of bed every morning, what are they actually looking to achieve. Then it's insight into the journey to get there, because clarity of the destination, so insight into the journey to get there, and the resources that are available, obviously, and then working in partnership with them. So a good example, had a couple of clients in the office during the week, both retired teachers, retired 2 years ago. We've been planning with them for 10 years. So every month they know X amount of dollars are going to come into the bank from the investments that have been put in place. So we spent 5 minutes talking about the investments, the other 55 minutes talking about they've just been to Rotorua for 3 weeks. Actually doing pet sitting, would you believe? So
Okay.
apparently there's a website that you can apply to, and so they were in Rotorua for 3 weeks. So in this couple's house, looking after their 2 dogs and their 2 cats. Just loving it.
Fair enough. Didn't know that was a thing.
Apparently it is. It's the new couch surfing.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. They just absolutely loved it. Talking about getting up in the morning, taking the dogs for a walk, walking around the lakes. Which, as we get older, we start to realise what our most valuable asset is, and that's time. It's not cars or houses or investments, it's time.
You realise that it's worth smelling the roses.
Absolutely. So we've got mortgage brokers, we've got investment analysts, we've got investment specialists, insurance specialists.
How long have you guys been involved with the support of Bowls Wellington? When did that partnership start?
Probably 3 years ago. My involvement with bowls started from actually Hut Bowling Club, because Annie and I raised the family in Mungaraki, and went down, for the bowls, beer and burger sort of a thing on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Loved the bowls. We sold the house in Mungaraki and built one in Whitby, so decided that we would join a bowls club to get to know some people. A client of mine said, "Which club am I joining?" I told him. He said, "Like heck, you are joining Plymouton." So about a year in, really loved the community. Thought, actually, we can do a wee bit to assist the bowling community in Wellington and all around New Zealand, because there's lots of people heading into retirement or in retirement with simple questions like, have I got enough money? Can I afford to take that trip? Can I afford to upgrade the car? So 3 years ago we sponsored the first two or three,
Yeah.
and in the last 12 months we've fully committed as Wellington Bowls major sponsor.
Yeah, it's great. I've noticed that as an Aucklander, watching the Bowls Wellington stuff come through and seeing that the naming rights from Fox Plan, which is cool. And obviously you can see in the top right you've got the Fox Plan logo, and it's around the venue as well. So nice to have this opportunity to actually have a chat to you about what Fox Plan is and how you can assist our community.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. We see it as a 10-year program.
It's also on the back of the rep uniform now too,
Yes.
Fox Plan, the new rep uniform, which was cool to see.
Jordan, while we've been talking, is now 2.5 shots down to Rod. I don't know what he looks like when he's winding up, so we'll just wait and see what weight comes out of his hand. A reaching bowl on the back end.
He's under that front one.
He could even use the front one.
Oh, it's
dear.
running around the back.
It just holds down there
Yeah.
on that strip of carpet is slightly tighter than the others, and so it just holds.
So we're going to see 2 or 3 more shots go in the direction of Hut Bowling Club's Rod Mead in this final. 2-3. That's a good score on this second end.
And there were 3 good bowls too.
They were nicely played. I suspect we'll see a contrast in styles here between Rod and Jordan. Rod seems to be, you just plug the bowls in, sort of smother the jack a little bit, and Jordan will indulge in some shot play.
Look at that, straight down the line.
Yeah, no bias on that.
No.
So if any,
Commentator's curse.
I turned a little bit, but that's pretty good. If any of our community are listening, Steve, and thinking, "Oh, Fox Plan sounds quite interesting," and I want to learn a little bit more, what's the best way for them to go about contacting you guys?
Obviously, we've got our website, www.foxplan.nz. I'm happy to give my email out so they can drop me a line that way. And typically, the first meeting is just a meet and greet. So we'll introduce company and services and give them a feel for what we do. They get a chance to say, okay, I see some value, or no, I don't. And obviously, more importantly, we'll find out what's important to them. What is it they're actually looking to achieve?
Okay, well, hopefully they've got people listening have got your pen and paper out by now. You've given them a few seconds, so
Yeah.
can you tell us what's your email address, Steve?
So steve.baker steve.baker at foxplan, foxplan.nz. So no co, just .nz.
.nz. And I suppose if you just Google Foxplan Steve Baker, it must come up somewhere, would it? Or would that be?
Yeah.
A playing good shot here from Jordan. You mentioned too that there are some. Are you doing a series of seminars or things around bowling clubs? Can you talk to me a bit about that?
Yeah, so we're going to individual bowling clubs and I'm physically presenting, chatting about what we do and in terms of 3 key areas. One is cash management, and cash management simply says if we've got knowledge, we know what's going on, what money's coming in, what money's going out, and more importantly where it's actually going, we must be in a better position to make smarter financial decisions, right? Then it's about investment. Good looking bowl coming in here.
So it might just
running by. Yeah, investment. You know, we've got mortgage brokers, so we do a lot of property investment for clients. We set that up for them. We work with the banks for them. Managed funds, business. So, but really at the end of the day, investment is about creating wealth, which is really about creating passive income, which is really about freeing up time to do the stuff you want to be doing. And the last part is around risk management, which is simply saying if something goes wrong along the way, it's not a house of cards, right?
Are they at clubs just around the wider Wellington region? Is that how it works?
Yeah, first one coming up at the Tawa Bowling Club on the 12th of June at 6:30. The next one's the 4th of August at the Miramar Bowling Club. The next one's on the 5th of September here at Nainai. And the last one for the year is on the 6th of November at Petone.
Oh, good.
Do you have to be a member of those clubs to turn up?
No, absolutely not.
So if you miss one at your club, you can go to one of the others?
Absolutely. Yep.
That's great.
And also, if there's people listening who can't make those and they want to catch up with me online for a one-on-one, more than happy for that to occur. As we say, just drop me a line.
And Rod here, Wellington's bowl to hold. It's a turning bowl. I think still probably a couple down, and you can see there Rod's bowl's reasonably scattered.
From that angle, it looks like 3 to Jordan.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, not quite. I'd call it 2, maybe 3 shortly.
Yes, after this bowl.
You can just see the third bowl at 6 o'clock. It's just about out of camera shot, and Jordan looking to make it 3. How's the weight?
How's the weight? Yep. Bit short.
Out of puff.
Could be in the count. Maybe not.
Probably out of it, yeah.
2, I would say. So it's going to be 3-4 in this race to 21 shots.
And the marker there is Alan Dixon. He's one of our umpires down in Wellington. He looks extremely excited in that shot.
Just going to
say, is it his excited look?
Come on, Alan, smile.
The jack delivered long.
Wonder when they're going to do their first 2 to 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were talking at 40 metre. How do I know that person? Doesn't matter. It's a 40 metre green here. And Nainai's one, I think, of 2 or maybe 3 clubs in New Zealand that have got a 40 by 40 metre green. One being Hinuera. Nainai, I think there might be somewhere there's another 39-ish metre one. So in reality, that means that these greens are about 4 metres longer than a green than most of us would have played on for all of our bowling careers. So if we think about where the jack is delivered to there, if it's delivered to the 2 metre length, you're literally playing to what would usually be like a bench if you were on a normal green. So just, you don't think about it too much, but your brain can trick you because the muscle memory, we haven't really built a muscle memory to draw the shot from about where Jordan's bowl is and down. You know, it's something to think about or something to consider.
And it's a huge difference between a short end and a long end.
Yes.
23 metres to 36, I think, is the the difference between a short and a long end in here. It's pretty easy to be a metre or two short.
Just coming in nicely.
Two good bowls.
Yeah, settling down well.
Yeah, he is.
So was there celebrations after your triples win yesterday, Steve?
There was the odd beer consumed, yes.
Fair enough. Must have been exciting for your club members. Have you had many messages?
Yeah, lots of messages. And genuine, heartfelt handshakes here, with people around here, which is what I love about the bowls community.
It's pretty special.
Just
and
good people, right?
I think there's lots of people that have got lots of titles, but I think their most special one is often their first.
Yeah.
And they realise when somebody else gets their first how special it is, and pass on that genuine congratulations. It's fantastic. Wonder how many years difference there are between Rod and Jordan.
A few.
There's a few.
I'm not brave enough to hazard a guess.
I'm not guessing.
Jordan's early 20s and Rod isn't.
In fact, I think Jordan might be 19.
Yeah, he's not far out of what we call juniors and indoor bowls, which is under 18.
He's still a secondary school player this year.
Is he?
So he must be 18, 19, yeah.
And Rod's not.
And Rod's not.
Yeah, and that's as far as we can. That's as far as we'll go on the guesses there. But like you said, Steve, it's a great illustration. I think bowls is one of the games which you don't age out of. A lot of other sports that you can play and enjoy, you age out of it because bits and pieces fall apart. You get a bit achy, a bit sore, and you literally can't do the thing that you like anymore. Whereas bowls is not one of those sports.
No, well, as I say, Annie joined at the same time as I did, and she uses an arm, which has enabled her to continue bowling.
They're very cool things, and I've heard of people saying, "Oh, but that's cheating." Until you have a go with one, there's a lot of
good luck.
coordination
Yeah,
and
they're not
timing
easy.
involved.
Yeah. Well, she was playing here yesterday in the junior singles.
Oh, it's going to be a couple here to Jordan King.
Yes.
Settling in nicely, isn't he?
He is. Yes, one of the things I like about bowls is my birthday starts with a 6, and to be known as a junior when you're in your 60s.
You can see, sorry, just quickly, that's Shelley Jacobs, that's Jordan's mum, and she'll be thrilled to be on the broadcast today.
And she'll be listening in. She looks like she's got her phone out, watching and listening.
She spent 3 days representing New Zealand in indoor bowls, so very much a bowling family from a great bowl stocker. Mark Jacobs, see the stepfather at the bottom left.
Must make a huge difference with looking at the head, deciding what shots to play if you've played quite a few years
From
of
an indoor
indoors.
background? Yeah, it does help.
Advantageous, do you think?
I think it speeds up an understanding. I think it, if you're a first-year outdoor bowler who's played 10 years of indoor bowls, you have a better understanding of the game than someone who's a first-year outdoor bowler who's never played bowls before, because indoors, literally an easy game, it's a 22-foot long mat. So it's very easy to put the bowls where you want them. So there's often lots of very tight heads in indoor bowls, and it becomes much more a thinking sport.
Yeah.
And you lose points if you kill it too, don't you?
Yes, you do. So if you hit things, you have to make sure that you're hitting the right thing, or it's not so good. So it's more a thinking sport, whereas outdoor, the challenge is actually placing the bowl and then
Getting
you
the
think
bowl
about
to go
it.
where you want it, yeah.
And there's another one of our secondary school secondary school players on the next rink.
Young boy from Batoni, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
His mum had the dilemma of whether to stay and watch him play the final of the junior singles or go and watch a football game with one of the other children. I'm not sure what she decided in the end.
Who did he play in the final?
He's playing Brett Ahern from Tatahi Bay.
There are, if you're listening, there are live updates on the Bowls Wellington Facebook page. If you go there, there is a Google Docs sheet with live updates of the games that are going on at the Nainai Bowling Club, and also the completed results from the events that have been played. So we're playing, I think, 11 events out over 2 days. 5 might have been finished yesterday and 6 are due to be finished today. So if you're looking for full results, that's the place to go. Once this game's been going for a little bit, I'll hop onto it myself and I might read out some results. But if you want to jump the gun, best thing you can do is hop onto the Bowls Wellington Facebook page and find that link to that sheet.
It's a good second shot there from Rod Mead.
Look at that Fox Plan media wall in the background.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Fair enough. It's nice to have the venue dressed up a little bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Jordan going to sneak inside here? He's going to draw it cold.
Oh, great bowl.
Beautiful bowl.
And a wee touch of the jack.
And a full over.
Excellent.
Now, I wonder what Rod's going to do. Whether he's going to play with a little bit of weight through.
Well, we'll see. There it is. So he's got the line for a bit of weight. Inside out off the front black. It's holding.
Look at this. Great
Oh,
bowl.
and a touch of the jack.
Desperately unlucky. He's about to drop I think he might actually drop a 4. That's stiff. Like, he's got the bowl pretty square, but popped the jack back and stayed there. So Jordan should be able to draw a shot for 3 here. What do your umpire's eyes tell us, Sue? Do you think it's 3 or 4 oranges as it sits?
Well, it's definitely 2.
Sorry, 2 or 3.
I'm trying to move myself to look at the other angle because I'd like to look behind the jack.
Yeah, been there and done that.
It could be 3.
Looks like 3 from this angle, doesn't it?
He had to play that shot though.
Got a shot from Jordan coming in.
Yeah.
Nice bowl.
Great bowl.
It's going to be 3.5 to... Oh, no, it's not because there's a bowl to come. So let's see. Big pressure here on Rod. He's 3.5 down.
So he wasn't tempted to change his hand, which I would have been tempted to change my hand and come in the other way.
Maybe it's his big swinging bowls. Might turn too much on the back end.
Could do. To me, there was more to rest on coming the other way.
Needs it to
And
go.
he's cut it down and possibly cut it down to 1 or 2.
It's like 2 from here, isn't it?
Shelley has informed me that Jordan is going to turn 20 at some point. End of July, 20 at the end of July. Wow. So he's 19 and a bit, Jordan King.
So I wonder when Rod Mead's wife will tell us what age he is.
Let's see what's...
Probably wouldn't hold my breath for that information.
Oh, if Rod started...
in 84.
He started in 84, so that's 40 years. So he was 30 when he started. There you go. So there's a bit of a gap between these two, and great to see them contesting a Champion of Champions final.
It's amazing that you can have that different level of experience and still play each other in a final.
I love it.
That's the great thing about bowls, yeah. Another great thing.
I know I gave up playing, reasonable level hockey at 35 to play bowls because my body just wasn't handling it anymore. And it was my goal when I first started was I've got 35 years to get good at this, and I'm still working on it.
Oh, okay. So how's it going? You're going fine?
Oh yeah.
I've seen your name pop up around the place. See, didn't you win the 242? You won a 242 pairs.
Yep.
Last year.
A couple of
years before,
ago.
Some point. It's in my head from somewhere.
I spend a lot of time umpiring and administrating the game. My goal is when I get to 65, I'll give up my international umpiring and tournament management and stuff around and then just play bowls and play pennants during the week. And, stuff during the weekend and just actually enjoy being a full-time bowler.
So you got another 20 years of umpiring then, so?
I'm not that young.
I just would have gone, yep.
I gave it the opportunity.
Oh, on the forehand now from Rod Mead. So if people have just tuned in, Steve, can you remind us, we know Fox Plan assist with financial planning. You listed a plethora of different experts that you can get assistance from. So if someone wants to reach out to you and they're part of the bowls community, can you just read out your email address and the best way to contact you?
Absolutely. So steve.bowles Baker, steve.baker at foxplan, foxplan.nz. No co, just .nz.
And you guys have a website that people could have a look at as well?
We do, www.foxplan.nz.
Very good. I encourage anyone listening to, even if you just have a look at it, just have a reach out and just have a chat to start off with, and see what can go from there.
So,
Great bowls from Jordan. Sorry to interject.
No, it's a good shot.
Anybody that makes contact from the bowls community, I will deal with personally. And as I said earlier, the initial meeting is simply a meet and greet. Just determining is there value in meeting again.
Yeah, so how would an initial meeting usually plan out, or are they all different?
Well, obviously planning's a very personalised service, and it's around advice, but we would literally meet online. We've just moved into some new offices at 138 the Terrace, so if they're in the city, they're more than happy to pop in and have a cup of tea and a chat. But it would be introduction and just chatting around what's actually important to people, because people have their own vision and their own goals. Starting to get a feel for who they are, and starting to get a bit of a feel for who Foxplan is.
Incredible end building up here from Jordan
Yeah.
King. You feel like Rod has to be careful not to blink, because Jordan seems quite capable of just going get a 3 and a 4, and suddenly you blink and you could be 15-4, 15.
Taking the game
5
away
down.
from you, right?
Could get a good
Getting a
result.
slide.
this.
Oh.
Now, when I was
it's-
playing at
it's a
Hutt, Rod
calamity.
Mead was known for doing those slides.
Big inside out. So you know Rod, Sue?
Yeah, I spent first 5 years of when we moved to Wellington at Hutt Bowling Club.
Oh, Rod is going
Nice
to
bunch of people down there.
he's going to find himself 4 down.
Yes, he's got to get one in there, doesn't he?
And Jordan's made it tricky for him to get all of those shots out. He can probably get 2, but he's not going to get all 4.
Just try and draw, perhaps. Not much room.
Play with a foot of weight through, move the jack back is probably...
He
He's
can pick the jack
played-
up clean, can't he?
He's played the width on that hand.
He's got those older bowls, so he's going
Is it going to come in?
around the world.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
not bad.
Sure.
Beautiful effort.
2 feet of weight.
Going to be 2 to Jordan King, maybe a 3. So Steve, before I let you go, and again we'll just presume that people may have just tuned in, I'll get you to give us a final rundown of Foxplan, and also if you could just remind us about the seminars that you spoke about earlier on around the Wellington region, and then I'll let you go and make some noise supporting the bowls.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So, in terms of summation of Foxplan, started the company in 1996. We've built it to deliver a full range of services for clients. Financial planning, financial advice is a very personalised service. So you don't really want to have relationships with half a dozen different people. So if you can have a relationship with one person and they become the orchestrator. So I'm chatting with my clients, I'll bring them, because we own an accountancy practice as well, so we'll bring the accountant in and sit them there, we'll bring the mortgage broker in and sit them there in the meeting, or the investment advisor. I do the investment advice.
Just
based on
literally a
experience.
far more simple way
Absolutely. Yeah.
to sort it out.
And you know you've got that relationship with one individual who knows you and knows your background, and so trust is a key component of it.
The seminar dates that are at different bowling clubs in
Yeah.
Wellington, are they advertised somewhere so somebody can find them online?
Yeah, they'll be on the Bowls Wellington website, but the next one is at the Tawa Bowling Club, Sue, on the 12th of June at 6:30 p.m, followed by 4th of August at Miramar. These are all at 6:30 p.m. The 5th of September here at Nainai, and the 6th of November in Batoni.
Awesome, so there's plenty of choice to get along if you miss one.
Absolutely.
Is registration required for those, Steve, or
Yes,
has
so
it
There is an Eventbrite registration link,
Beautiful.
but people can just drop me a line on my email and I'll get that organised for them.
Sounds like a really cool initiative. Have you had something like that before, or is this the first time you've been running little seminars around the bowling clubs for the bowling community?
First time, yeah.
I hope and would encourage the community to support that, because it just feels like a mutually beneficial a relationship to me.
Absolutely. And to be running them in the bowling clubs, it's just a good, comfortable spot for people, right? So,
Yes. Yeah.
Non-threatening.
yeah, exactly. And it's comfortable for me because I'm enjoying bowling clubs as well, of course.
Oh, you're a centre champion.
Exactly.
Great stuff. Well, thank you very much, Steve, for your time in the commentary booth.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
I've enjoyed having you, and congratulations on your success. 4th year bowler, and now the Bowls Wellington Centre Champion of Champions, Triples Champion, which is a lot of champions to say, but there we go.
That's awesome, and good luck
Thank
at
you.
the national finals.
Yes, coming up beginning of August, right?
Where are the triples
In
gonna be played?
Auckland. I'm not sure where.
Somewhere.
All right.
Undercover. I only work for Bowls New Zealand. Why would I know?
So thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, brilliant. Thank
All
you,
right.
Steve.
Cheers.
And Jordan on the forehand.
Is he going to rest on that back bowl of rods? Second shot?
I think the bowl that looks like it's at 8 o'clock to the jack, I think, is second shot for my money. As we see right on the backhand.
So a really good number of spectators been down here all weekend. There's been a rolling people in and out, and lots of different clubs coming to support, which has been absolutely fantastic. The stadium's warmed up today, but it is a tent, and we forget that.
So it's a backhand shot here from Jordan.
He's zeroing in. Good bowl, that looks like the shot.
Fantastic effort from Rod to have made it through to this Champion of Champions singles final, isn't it?
Yeah, and they had a women's fours team, I believe, that was out there playing
So the
semi-final or final for the women.
the Hut Bowling Club, which you said you spent your first 2 years at. Can you paint a picture for us? What's the Hut Bowling Club like, Sue?
It's a real friendly little club. They've got 2 grass greens. For a few years there, they sort of, the greens weren't as fun to play on, but they've changed their greenkeeper and one of our new upcoming greenkeepers,
cool.
young guys, and he's picked up the green a little bit more, and hopefully that green gets better to play on. It's tricky because it's got lots of trees and stuff around it, which obviously affects the green.
Can be hard to manage.
Yeah, they're a lovely, friendly club. They have lots of community groups going, and they're using the clubhouse, so they've got an extra income, which is great. Lots of couples, both husband and wife play, which is really lovely and supportive.
And 10-4 the score now. You said Rod was playing at the Hut Bowling Club when you were there. Was he a senior player then?
He was in their premier team then. They no longer have a men's premier or Division 1 interclub team now. They got relegated. Every year you get a year older, which sort of can make things a little bit tricky on those longer days. But still, a lovely, friendly club. And right in the heart of Lower Hutt.
Oh, cool.
They're right behind the council buildings, so right in the centre of Lower Hutt.
I'm sure Rod will be thrilled with his efforts in this Champion of Champions singles event.
And he's just drawn the shot there.
Wellington's a very strong centre, and he would have had to come through a lot of clubs to find himself in this position.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see the two semi-finals. One was between Hutt and Island Bay, two of the sort of smaller clubs, and the other one was Stokes Valley, Johnsonville, two of the bigger, sort of bigger, stronger clubs. So was neat to see that sort of play out.
Yeah, anyone can beat anyone in bowls. That's a unlucky bowl there from Jordan. He played it with nice weight, but just a bowl narrow.
It was a shot anyway, so he's just made it a little bit closer.
Interesting, Rod straight away switching to the forehand. I think his bowls probably suit this 9-eye surface, don't they, Sue?
Oh, I think they do. Or he trusts them to come in. A lot of people play it a little bit narrow and don't trust it to come in.
Like that's lovely.
Brought it right into the centre line.
Absolutely beautiful two bowls.
That's the experience showing out. He trusts his bowls to do what he asks them to do. So Jordan's been quite busy this weekend playing in a few things.
Oh,
just going through. Got in a good spot though. So it'll be interesting to see which teams get to go through to the national finals and get to go all around the country. I love that over winter, watching the stream from Bowls New Zealand. Sit down on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, turn the TV on, stream from my phone to the telly. I remember years ago when I first started playing, players were saying, we should be on TV, and now we can choose to put it on whenever we like, and we can watch it delayed if we don't get to watch it live. As long as we don't watch the score, it's still just as exciting.
I usually ban myself from social media if I want to watch a game of any sport, actually. A bit delayed, you just go, I'll stay away from anywhere where I might accidentally see the result.
It's very hard, you can't pick up your phone. I have been known to cheat. Is it worth watching this game? I really need to do something else, so I've cheated and looked at the score, and then I've gone, actually, I think I'll get my other stuff done, or I'm going to use it as procrastination material so I can sit on the couch and watch a game of bowls.
Jordan a bit unlucky there to just clunk into the front square, and Hutt Valley, Rod's going to be holding at least one, maybe two, we'll see in a second. Holding one.
Just one. The good old finger measure out again.
Yep.
So yeah, it's great to have the Bowls New Zealand crew here in Wellington streaming our stuff.
Happy to be here. Oh, it's a maximum green from Rod. Now, what's interesting, let's see how close to the centre line this bowl ends up being. Because he's gone maybe, not far away from the edge of the ditch.
A yard out from the centre line.
I don't know what happens
you
if we
can
have more
actually
weight.
you go slightly wider, you can get a very good kick in off that edge. I've managed to play right out there and kick it right into the centre line.
Yeah, you can often
Slightly wider,
Yeah,
get a
you
nice kick.
draw around straighteners and stuff as well in bowls, and Rod's got that sort of bowl. So he's got at least one. I must have missed a shot somewhere along the line because I can see 11 for Jordan on the scoreboard. Just the one there, so 5-11 the score on the race to 21 shots. And Rod will be looking to score again. Probably wouldn't want to be more than 6 shots behind Jordan, you would think.
The game that Jordan played before against Wayne Coleman from Johnsonville was a very tight match. Wayne Coleman, I think, won Bowler of the Year for Wellington last year.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a name I recognise.
He's a very good bowler. And another one, you never say die bowler.
Seems to be, when you think about like the Helen Kings who we saw yesterday, the Lee Griffins or the bowlers that have such cool records, they actually don't know when they've lost a game. And that's why they've just find a way to win. You know, they don't know when they've lost. There are a lot of bowlers that see the head go down when they get behind, or they feel like they're getting unlucky all the time.
Absolutely, and then that just makes it, compounds it, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's another breed of the really successful bowlers are the ones that don't know when they've lost.
One of the things that I love about bowls is that top 10%. It's not just about drawing a shot. We can all draw a shot. We can all play a shot. It's how you deal with when you don't. And they never say die. They keep it going. It's a massive thing. You see it with bowlers drop their head. I know I've watched umpires. I've watched many a person lose a final, and you've seen their head drop, and you go, "Damn, they've just lost it."
It's a sign, isn't it?
It is. And learning to hold that head up is a tricky one. This looks like another good bowl coming in from Jordan. In fact, a very good bowl.
Lovely
And
shot. That's beautiful.
a toucher. It's always handy to have a toucher on the green.
Interesting. He's lined up on the backhand here. Is this a reaching bowl that we think is going to be played?
Well, I suppose if he touches Jordan, Jack moves back to his old bowl.
Don't really. It's a bit confusing.
Well, I suppose the risk of the other one was moving the Jack back and still being down 2 rather than 1.
I can understand playing through Jordan's bowl and popping the Jack to the 8 o'clock direction.
Maybe he was trying to put in a block.
So Jordan on the backhand.
Maybe forcing him to try and make Jordan change hands.
Down to the weight now.
He's under it.
Beautiful line.
Bad.
Oh, just short of a gallop, but still not horrendous. It's good to see a crowd still gathering here at the Nine Bowling Club for this Fox Plan Bowls Wellington finals weekend. There's a wonderful food at the Nine Bowling Club and a bar and good bowls. Good way to spend some time. And Rob was definitely playing that with a bit more purpose, wasn't he?
He was. We've got an amazing crew that in the Bowls Wellington office that set all this up, and they had massive dilemmas because we had quite a few people in several semi-finals, which made a scheduling nightmare, but they've done an amazing job between Ross and Blake. Brady does our rangatahi bowls.
Look at that, 4 bowls for Jordan right on the line. Lovely stuff. He's looking assured here in this Champion of Champions men's singles final.
2.
And 2 there, so on to 13. 13-5 up. Goes Jordan Keane.
Four members of the Hut Bowling Club, the ladies sitting there behind, cheering on Rod. I know there's some people from Stokes, plenty of people from Stokes Valley around, they're just not behind the camera.
Yeah, I can see the, what are those, the glass cups called, that are slightly brown?
Arkarok cups, is that
Yes,
one?
them, yeah, they're amazing. They're in every bowling club. I could just see one on the bar leaner there.
They are. And I think everybody's had one where they're holding a cup of coffee and they're standing there chatting to somebody and they shatter.
I was just going to say, and they explode with some force.
And you're left holding the handle.
Yeah.
Oh, great starter from Jordan. He's been very consistent.
I once had a Pyrex dish that I'd had some noodles in when I was flatting in Greerton and Tauranga, And I'd finished the noodles and I put the Pyrex dish down to the left of me where I was sitting in the lounge, and we had a set of modernite carpet bowls that we used to play with, and Keith Setter, who should have been good enough to not miss when he did, as he's won 3 indoor centre national titles, was visiting, and there was a head set up of carpet bowls, and he said, I'm just going to have a go at that because it looked like it'd be cool, and he stood up in my lounge and missed it wide on his forehand, missed the head and smacked the Pyrex dish right in the middle, and I've never seen something explode into more pieces. It was unbelievable.
Quite impressive.
It was almost like a dusting of glass.
Now that's pretty keen to have a set of bowls in your lounge to play bowls, and a toucher again
Great
from
bowl.
Jordan. That's fantastic.
It's just a set of little modernite carpet bowls, the half length. We had a nice, the lounge carpet was well suited to carpet bowls, so
Carpet bowls.
many an evening have been spent playing carpet bowls in the lounge.
I must say, we had a house when I was living in Bulls, and I'd just started playing bowls and had a very wide hallway. It was an old house, and I played a few sets of a few ends down the hallway.
Oh, it can be very enjoyable, and if you go around the world or play a first to 5 and there's been a few lemonades consumed, it can be a really good way to spend an evening suit.
Yep.
Very aggressive game as carpet bowls.
Oh no, I was playing with my outdoor bowls.
Oh, that's even
You
better.
could only play one hand.
You'd be putting holes in
and
the wall.
and the jack had to sit on one side.
2 lovely shots here from Jordan King.
So the other people that have been down here all weekend is there. We've got a group of umpires that have been doing the umpiring, getting the cards and keeping everything rolling for the guys, which has been fantastic. We've got a lovely group of umpires down here. It's great seeing them wear the new umpires kit supplied by Bowls New Zealand.
Sort of spread. Quite a few umpires have that now, don't they? Like
Yeah,
most
we've
events
pretty
you
much
sort of go to.
got the New Zealand covered now with the new umpires kit. It's not until you try to clothe them across New Zealand that you realise how many umpires there are.
Yes.
It's fairly crucial to the game. We don't have many arguments in bowls, but occasionally we need somebody else to make a decision when players can't.
It's a very good shot there from Jordan because he's not widened the target, so he's essentially saying, happy with the couple.
Put a good catcher in.
Put a bowl pass in case something moves. Rod on the backhand.
On his classic teapot.
Do you know the Rod teapot?
The Rod teapot, yes.
He's close.
Oh,
And that's a
great
great bowl,
effort.
but look at that perfect shot from Jordan King.
That's great.
That's why I put that bowl there.
From 2 to 2. That's holding 2 and still holding 2.
15-5 the score now and the race to 21.
You haven't seen any change in Jordan's body language. He's still, which is great. Actually, haven't seen any in Rod's either, other than the teapot, but that's a classic Rod.
Jordan, experienced. He's played a lot of bowls, albeit most of it not outdoor.
It's one of the things I love about the secondary school age learning to play bowls is they haven't realised that they can lose yet. As adults, we've had the experience of loss and failure over time, and we get in our own heads too much. The teenagers haven't been knocked so many times and have that confidence in themselves. It's where I think the rangatahi programs are really great.
Yeah, I agree. As Jordan delivers that just to the 2 metre mark.
When we get the bowlers go on further and play at that national and international level, you've got to be able to play for 2 weeks every day, all day. And when you get to my age, that's a little bit tricky.
Does sound like a lot of effort.
You need a nap in the afternoon. And a good starter here from Jordan. Not quite a toucher, but 6 inches, 6 or 8 inches. So, Alex, did you go outside last night and look at the sky with your camera?
Yeah, I thought about it, But I enjoyed everyone else's photos. It looked absolutely lovely. I presume you did too, did you?
Amazing. I did. I saw something on Facebook, on social media, and I thought, better go. A bit of a amateur photographer, and a few years ago my daughter and I went down to Red Rocks and photographed it, and it was amazing.
Beautiful.
So I better go out and have a look. Well, man, was it amazing. So not on bowls, but if you have a clear sky tonight, go out and have a look up at the sky and look through your phone. Absolutely amazing. I've seen photos from as far north as Tauranga. So everybody but north of the Bombay Hills.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, we don't always have to count Auckland.
No, I think Colin's parents live somewhere. Pocono?
South of the Bombay
Is it?
Hills, yeah.
Oh, try. That was close. It feels like Auckland. Everywhere's Auckland, right?
Nah.
You wouldn't find the gap clean.
Oh, did.
What are the chances of that? Rod's thinking, what?
The look on Rod's face, it was like, how did you get through that? He should have had 2 sets of stickers on, although that's illegal. You're only allowed 1 set of stickers.
What are the chances of that? That's staggering.
You try and do it and you can't.
Well, you would have aimed for, you probably aimed for the gap. Oh, dearie me.
He was aiming for an inside edge to get both, and
Yeah, both would have gone too.
they would have.
Brave enough to play it again, do you think, Sue?
Oh, can you get the same hole twice? The chances are not.
Absolutely.
So he'll do it again. Yeah, he's got to do it again.
May as well. You just had a proper
He's down 3.
go.
He's played a good shot. Why not just play the same shot again?
I'm going to have a nibble here.
I love the double bounce.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, though, it doesn't matter. If you bounce it once or twice or 3 times, it doesn't matter as long as you're doing it consistently.
Double
Oh.
teapot. He's
Oh,
in there.
wow.
Oh,
Almost.
not quite. So the double teapot means he thinks it's good. Is that what I'm getting from this?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's a bit of both. You can't tell because that body language again, you can't tell whether he's happy with it or not happy with it. He's waiting to see.
He's got his last bowl there. Pacing in the background. And Jordan Keane trying to add a 3rd shot. He's going to be underneath the line. You'd think
Yeah,
the
was he-
forehand's still the call.
Was Jordan trying to block that shot that Rod can play his own through on that gap?
Maybe.
Or was he trying to draw around and just a bit narrow? So I'd be playing slightly narrow with a little bit more weight and trying to pop his own through. It's sort of a shot that Rod would play.
If he dives, he's very close.
Just too wide.
Oh,
Too
dear.
much weight. Great effort though. He wasn't going to be able to draw it.
No, it's the right shot to play, but beginning to look strongly in Jordan's favour here. He's going to find himself on 17 shots and Rod on 5. So, in the same time that Jordan needs to score 4 shots to win the game, Rod needs 16.
You're good at math. You
Thank
passed.
you. So Rod will need to win a game 16-3, essentially, from here to win this game. Sometimes I can count. I can probably get to 21. I think it's needed for bowls.
I saw the sneaky calculator out on the phone there, Alex. Wonder what the other scores are on the other games.
Oh, that's a very good question.
You were going to tell us and you've forgotten.
Yeah, I was hoping. Yeah, no, I've got no excuse. I'll see if I can find it for you, Sue.
I put my phone out of reach.
So I can find it easy. I just go to the Bowls Wellington Facebook page, and this is how quickly you can get there. So Bowls Wellington Facebook page, scroll down till you see the Champion of Champions post, and there's a link there to a Google Doc.
Great bowl from Jordan. I'll keep this going. You keep that
Thank
going.
you. Which along the top has some tabs, so you can see the schedule, but importantly, you can see the live score updates. So I can tell you that the junior men's singles final, Petone Central leads Titahi Bay 8 shots to 4. In the women's triples final, Victoria leads Wainui Mata 12 shots to 6. In the over 60s single semi-final, Hutt leads Tawa 7-1. The women's junior single semi-final, 3 apiece, Johnsonville and Nainai. The over 60s singles other semi-final, Petone Central leads Johnsonville 18-6. And the women's junior singles semi-final, Stokes Valley leads Island Bay 12-6. So some close games going on out there in this round, second round.
And without looking at the names of the people who are playing there, currently in all of those games we have 3 rangatahi playing out there from our secondary school program.
It's been cool to see, and cool to see too the number of juniors that have been involved in this year's finals weekend. A lot of junior bowlers.
Wainui Amata with the triples before, the ladies' triples. Wainui Amata about 3 or 4 years ago had no ladies, and then a bunch of ladies turned up in their first year, and the president at the time picked them up and they welcomed them in, and they brought them down to Nainai during the week to have practices, and that's really paying dividends for the club. There's a really strong bunch, and for them to win a centre title at Champion of Champion weekends, there's a bunch of juniors that came in for having a club that had no woman at.
That's amazing. What an amazing story.
It is amazing.
Was it a group of friends that joined?
They were involved with other sports, and I believe some of their children were sort of playing sports as well, and their children get to an age where actually parents can start doing stuff themselves. Kids don't necessarily want mum and dad at home, and they've got involved through that way. The club's got them very involved. They're involved on the committee and stuff as well. So that's an amazing success story.
Great to have in the community, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, the club was slowly shrinking, and no woman made it hard to play any mixed stuff or...
Careful, don't sell out, Jordan. What are you...
Alex, you get too excited. He was miles away from Jack.
Was he miles away?
A millimetre's as good as a foot.
Deary me, that was...
Now look at the body language. He doesn't look like he was sweating at all, does he?
No, he doesn't. No, I could hear Shelley's blood pressure go up watching that bowl. So holding 3, not 4. If he's holding 4, it's the one holding 3. But this has an inevitable feeling about it, doesn't it?
It does.
I think some people thought that was 4 there based on the clapping, but it's not going to be. Or maybe it will.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
We'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see. Didn't think it was.
Well, the umpire's going to the scoreboard and not the card. So I'm guessing the the marker thinks it's 3.
3 there. Do you be clever and pull the mat right up and throw the jack to the 2 metre and put the jack in the ditch to win the Champ singles, Sue?
I wouldn't, because the jack's pretty little.
Okay, fair enough. I wouldn't either.
I don't trust my drives that much. I can pull them off occasionally.
I think Jordan's been intentionally sort of stretching the length out, hasn't he, with these long ends?
Yeah.
Umpire just indicating it's a 3 there.
And sitting on the tee. It's been great to have Nainai members doing a lot of the marking throughout the weekend. It's great that they've come in and given up their time to mark such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah.
And the umpires around the green and the guys doing this, writing the scores up.
Takes a lot of volunteers, doesn't it?
It does. Sometimes you have more volunteers hanging around than actual players. It's a crucial part of the sport, but it's actually one that it's not until you do it that you realise how enjoyable it is. I know I've done a little bit of tournament managing for Bowls Wellington, and at the end of the day of tournament managing, I always go home with a smile on my face. I've not played a bad bowl all day.
Well, that's a win.
Unless I've had to do a redraw on a Saturday night, everything's gone smoothly.
Satisfying too when the events go well, isn't it? You've provided a good experience for the players participating.
Yep, and you've talked to a lot of people, and you know half of the reason some of us play sport is for the R&R side of stuff and the social side of stuff. I don't have to organise a group of friends to turn up some cafe to have a coffee that turns up out half cold. I just turn up to bowls, and there's a whole lot of people there that you've got a common interest in, and you just hang out with a whole group of people.
Yeah.
You can chat as much as you like or as little as you like. It's great.
So Rod here really battling to stay in this final. Jordan on 20 shots, so 1 shot away.
Just about.
Oh, great try.
The right weight for it, didn't he? You can see him doing the teapot. He was just,
Yeah,
if I'd just been half a centimetre wider, I would have got that shot.
not far off at all. Jordan just taking his time.
The focused look on his face.
Don't want to think about it too much, right? When you're 20 to 5 up, you don't want to take a moment to think, I'm actually really close to winning this final. It'd be the worst thing you could do. You just want to stay in the zone.
How often has somebody been in that time and I just need one more?
That's a classy
great
bowl.
bowl. Is he going to fall over now? So if that bowl, so I know that you like to talk about laws and stuff, and we're not talking about umpires here. So for people watching, if that bowl fell over and touched the jack, it would still be a toucher right now. It's got till the time of the next bowl being delivered.
To
fall
so
over.
if Rod's on the mat, is that when does it stop being a toucher? Is it when he lets it go?
When he lets it go, at point of delivery, yeah. So until the next bowl is delivered, if it falls over and touches a jack, it's a toucher.
So still a toucher. Still a toucher.
So if it fell over now,
and not anymore.
yeah.
Interesting.
So that was standing upright, but if it was on an angle, could have been falling. You know those really slow ones. Oh, close again.
Can you ask to wait? You know, when an end is completed, and maybe my bowl's on an angle, and it's not the shot, but if it's set down, it would be the shot.
Yes,
Can
you
Can I ask to wait? How long can I?
Yes.
How long can I wait?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, but you have to ask.
So can I wait 30 seconds and see what happens?
You can. Yeah. Not 30 seconds from when you get to the head.
That's 30
seconds
seconds
from when the bowl comes to rest.
Cool.
Wasn't that the nicer camaraderie there, Rod passing Jordan that bowl?
It's been nice all game because Jordan's been passing Rod his bowls as well, so it's obviously been played in good spirit. And Jordan here, I'd leave it as it is. It's either go past or be short, but you've got a 1 bowl target. You're holding the champion and champion singles titles in both hands. Wouldn't be leaving a split, but he's not going to. He's actually. I think he's got away with that because I don't think it'll kill, and Rod's got no back bowls.
And he's not holding second.
No. So this is going
But
to
he
be.
might just try and trundle down there and try and get that split and hopefully pick up the jack on the way through. He is not doing the teapot watching, so he wasn't happy with his shot.
I think that's that. And congratulations to Jordan King, this year's Bowls Wellington Champion of Champions singles winner, runners-up in the Open singles, and now winner of the Champion of Champions singles. What a great season for Jordan.
19-year-old from Stokes Valley. Brilliant.
Great to see, and congratulations too to Rod for making it through to the final. He's an experienced campaigner, and how good to see people still being competitive at 2 different ends of the age spectrum. It sums up our sport. So thank you very much for joining me in commentary for that game, Sue. And to those tuning in, we've got one more game to broadcast. It'll probably be a while away because that game was over and done with at some speed. So the next game, the 3rd round, we will broadcast later on. So stay tuned until then.
In the UK, there's a bowl for every surface for the Henseley product. But overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because I love the grip and the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes me one of the best players in the world.